Welcome back to Limitless Table Talk, the only podcast where two people survived the 80s and 90s with zero parental supervision and somehow still have all our fingers. I'm Fern.
I'm Nat, and welcome to Limitless Table Talk. And by the way, speak for yourself. I definitely lost emotional stability somewhere around dial-up internet.
That dial-up sound was basically the national anthem of the 90s.
Are you done?
No.
Are you done?
No.
I don't think kids today nowadays understand the courage it took to hear that noise and just hope that the internet would actually work.
Oh, good God. And if somebody picked up the phone...
Forget it. You're done.
Dunzo. Because all of a sudden it just kicks you... It boots you right off.
Mm-hmm. You would just get kicked off. And then I remember yelling, "Get off the phone. I'm on AOL.
But I need to call your tia."
And then sometimes I'd be like if my mom was the one that said that, I'd be like, "Cool, Mom, you just ruined my entire social life."
Yep. No LimeWire for you today.
No, it was horrible. Like, you wanted to get on the internet, you had to announce to everyone that you were going to be using the internet and nobody better use the phone. But the problem was you had to hope nobody called.
Well, you got to hope that nobody called and picked up.
Well, yeah.
Because I don't think the calling... I don't know if the calling boot you off?
It would boot you out.
It's crazy talk. I don't remember...
I believe it did.
I don't even remember it like that.
I don't remember my house phone ringing that much unless it was for me. But whatever. Anyways. So guys, this is a continuation of last week's conversation of growing up in the 80s and 90s.
You're going to hear all about it yet again.
Well,
Part 2.
There was a lot of stuff we didn't get to talk about.
There's so much that we wanted to jump in on, but kind of ran out of time.
How about, I don't know about your household, but in mine it was, let's talk about the one house phone situation.
Okay.
The cord stretched from the kitchen 3 zip codes down the way.
Yes.
Just so you can get some privacy.
Yes.
And then, for me, I'd be in the hallway whispering like a spy.
Because you didn't want anybody to hear
I didn't want anybody to hear what I was talking about.
But luckily, the thing stretched out 25 feet. Except it wouldn't stretch out all the way to your room.
And then when my house got 2 phone lines... Not 2 phone lines, sorry. 2 phones. My bad. And my parents would pick up the other line while I was on the phone still talking. I would immediately hang up because now the CIA is listening to me.
They were there. You had that one friend whose greeting message on the answering machine was way too dramatic. This guy.
What? What would it say?
Well, first of all, it would have music. Because, it had music. And then it'd be like, "Hello. You've reached Fern. Fern.
Stupid.
I'm not here, obviously. So leave a message. After the beep." Then the music would go on again.
Really? Before we had the music and all that, it was "Hello. You've reached the Johnson residence. We cannot come to the phone right now." And then it'd be beep. Because it wouldn't let you finish.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't remember you having a machine.
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yep.
I think I would always hang up. If I didn't hear your voice, I'd just hang up.
We had a machine, and then we would take turns because my dad wanted to get creative. And he'd be like, let's each say our name.
Oh, no. It was one of those.
So, it would be my dad in his accent.
"Hello, it's Dad."
Yeah, right. He would say his name, but he'd be like, "It's so-and-so." And then my mom would say it. And then
His mom.
the 4 of us would have to rush through it to then be able to say, We're not available right now.
Leave a message after the beep.
But it would always cut us off. Because I would think this was lame.
It is lame.
This is the lamest thing.
It is super lame. But that was how you did it.
Yeah, it was. And then the music came along that you would have to pick.
That's the one. Yeah. I had the music on mine. Well, when I got my own line, that's when things really got great.
Oh,
when I became a teenager.
That's when it got like to the
I got
next
my own
level.
line. Yeah, I had my own phone line.
I think we discussed this last time. It was
We
like
did.
clear color. Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, the clear phone with the lights. And then I changed it to the football phone because duh. Yeah.
What about school in the 80s and 90s?
Oof. So I remember one of the things that...
I think school supplies, by the way, were elite back then.
Okay, Trapper Keeper.
Lisa Frank folders.
The mechanical pencils that lasted 3 minutes.
And the teachers always had those overhead projectors.
With the squeaky... Barker.
And the whole class would flinch like it was a horror movie.
Oh. And we still had chalkboards.
God. Yeah.
Right? And then every once in a while, that would be bad. You know?
I don't know about you, but when I went to school, when we were young in elementary, the teacher would always pick someone to clean the erasers at the end of the week.
Was that just me? That was just you.
I was a safety patrol in elementary school.
I heard all about this.
What?
The safety. You know what? Tell us your safety patrol.
I was a safety patrol
experience.
I started off as a regular safety patrol officer.
She was a regular safety patrol officer.
Then I got promoted to a lieutenant.
I got promoted to the lieutenant of safety patrol.
And then the following year, I became captain. I had a little badge and everything.
And that's when your true voice developed. All of a sudden, it was like, I'm the captain now. Here I am.
No, I was the captain.
I'm the captain. Do what I say.
And then in elementary school, they used to make us stand in line before entering school. Like we had a line.
But what was the bottom line?
It was my bottom line because you had to be in the straight line. Everybody had to be in line. In safety patrols, we would walk, make sure everybody was safe, make sure people were in line.
Did you just circle everybody like a pack of hyenas?
No.
Like, everybody circle around. Get ready. Lieutenant, what are you doing?
No, as the captain.
Lieutenant Dan, what are you doing, Lieutenant Dan?
Stop. Why are you yelling? No. So in my elementary school, we had two entrances where we had to the kids had to line up before going in. If they got there early, that's where they would line up. And then kindergarten had their own lineup. As a captain, I would go around to make sure everyone else was okay and that all safety patrols were good. Okay? And you're just jealous because you were never picked as a safety patrol. It was a big responsibility. It really was.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm sure it was.
And we also had our own field trip.
What?
We did.
Oh, man, I got to tell a story about a field trip. Remind me about the field trip.
Well, we're talking about schools. Go ahead.
I know. No, but tell me about Tell me about your experience on the field trip.
I know. It was safe. We were all safety patrols. I was very well respected.
And where'd you go?
Busch Gardens.
What?
Yeah. We had this conversation on my birthday. Don't wave at me. You don't want to hear about Busch Gardens? We talked about this on my birthday. That we went to Busch Gardens. We were safe.
Yes.
You're just jealous. And when I graduated from elementary school, I got to keep my safety patrol badge. I just don't know where my parents put it. I swear if I was able to find it, I would walk around this house with it.
I'm sure you would.
But anyways.
So there was a field trip. This wasn't elementary school for me. It was junior high. Because we call it what it really is, junior high. And when I was in junior high, there was a field trip to the NBA All-Star game.
I'm surprised you even got to go to a field
Listen, I'm going to tell you, I don't know how I got selected.
Exactly. Me neither.
Because you were supposed to have perfect attendance.
Oh, forget it.
And I did not have perfect attendance. But I got selected to go to the NBA All-Star game. Hang on a second.
Okay.
While I recall these memories.
Oh, Lord. Might take us a while.
As I recall, it was the NBA All-Star game. And all of a sudden, they had this whole meeting in the auditorium. And they're like, all right. And then they started calling all the kids out over the loudspeaker to go down to the auditorium. Mm-hmm. And my name was on it.
That was an error.
It had to be because I know that I had missed at least 5 days prior. Mm-hmm. And not only did I go to the NBA All-Star Game thing, I went and they gave me a jacket. They gave me a bag. And we got to high five some of the players, which was the coolest thing.
In other words, you took someone else's spot.
I might have.
Yeah, you pretty much.
It's I took my spot.
No.
My name was on the list.
It must have been, let's take the kids who have missed the most days of school.
Maybe. No, I don't think so because there was a lot of nerds there.
Oh, maybe they thought that it would give you.
And I could swear that was at least 3 safety patrols.
I wouldn't doubt it. Safety patrols are safe and smart. But anyways, moving on. Because
So I don't know how I ended up going there, but I'll never forget that. That was the coolest.
Well, of course, because they were showing you what you could be accomplishing.
They were like, oh, let's take all the kids. Let's take all the troubled children.
Mm-hmm. And show them what
they could do if only they went to school.
Exactly. But you know what? Stay in school.
Yeah.
Moving on, because
stay in school.
If not, we're going to have like 55 episodes of just 80s and 90s and talking about how it just, as a safety patrol, it drives me nuts that you got to go on a field trip that you did not deserve. So don't make me write you up.
I'm going to tell you what, I deserved it. I went there.
You did not deserve it.
I got the jacket and the bag.
You did not deserve it. That was stolen, basically, from another child.
I don't know. Not my problem.
You should have been honest and said, teacher?
No, all of a sudden my name got called and I felt like I had just got called down. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. I was like, yeah.
Okay. Why are you yelling?
I was so excited because I'm like, me?
Little old me?
This guy? How did this guy get to do it?
Oh, it irks the safety patrol.
Oh, it was so good. So good. So much fun. So much fun. I got to high five like Magic, Michael, Larry, David Robinson.
Wow.
The dude from the Charlotte Hornets.
You took this from someone else. But anyways.
It was my name, man.
Whatever, dude.
It was my name. And listen, I'm not like the kids in those shows that all of a sudden was like, do. They sneak into the school and they move around papers. I have no idea what happened. Except I just described it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But anyways, moving on to something else now.
How about the back to school shopping?
Why are you making so much?
No, like clothes shopping.
Oh, I hated it because my
this.
mom only took me to JCPenney and Payless to get clothes and shoes.
Tell me how much your childhood sucked.
JCPenney and Payless. And I would have to walk up and down the aisle of Payless to show if my shoes fit. Mm-hmm.
So my grandma, she was awesome. And she would take me to like Foot Locker.
I wish.
Or Champs or whatever.
Maybe
and she'd be like...
Maybe that's why I'm not so into like shoes, like sneakers and all that. Like spending a lot of money is what I meant on shoes because My parents would just take me to Payless.
That's why.
Like for real.
Which doesn't make sense because
100%.
what doesn't make sense about it is the fact that you would think that now you'd be like, oh, I didn't have all this cool stuff, so let me get it now.
No, I guess it's just.
But you're just modest.
Yeah.
You're a simple kind of guy.
So anyway, sorry, you went to Foot Locker. Sorry.
So I would go to Foot Locker, and at the time, the Jordans had come out.
I don't know, unless I wrote Jordan on my sneaker and Payless.
So it was always like Jordans, Vans. Like I always wore Vans. I always wore Jordans.
Mine was whatever was on sale.
And then for some reason, she would always get me like a pair of like nice shoes. And this was back in the day when they had Capezios. Do you remember Capezios?
Oh my God, yes.
So I remember like I would always have a pair of nice shoes. It was like three shoes. It was the nice one, the athletic sneakers, like, and then like my cash.
Right. Okay.
So it
Makes
was always
sense.
my Vans, my Jordans, and these the Capezios. I need to.
You could get all that at Payless, all three for less than $40. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's not what these cost. But my grandma was pretty good about that. And then she would take me to like Burdines.
Oh, really?
Because we didn't have Macy's. Macy's wasn't
right.
done.
It was
Yeah,
Burdines before
Burdines
it was Macy's.
So Burdines and Macy's are the same. Or Bloomingdale's. We would go to Bloomingdale's. And she would get me.
I went to JCPenney.
Yeah, I know. And she would get me like, okay, she would say like,
or Kmart.
What is the new? And it was like Z Cavaricci's.
Oh, I had Z Cavaricci's.
Edwin jeans.
I don't remember if I liked Edwin.
I liked Levi's.
Levi's, yes.
And then there was at some point that there was a brand called Skids, which were like these
They lasted
weird,
very little.
very short, but there were these weird like pattern, like flannel colored what it was, plaid or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were like overalls.
Yep.
I hated these, but she got them for me anyway because she's like, they're trendy, get them.
Well, yeah, my mom didn't care if it was trendy or not. So.
And then we would go to like Specs or Tower Records or Record Bar, where I would get my T-shirts for my bands because I would always wear band T-shirts.
Interesting. Well, I would get New Kids on the Block shirts.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Listen.
But it was a cool experience. It was very like it was like how me and my grandmother would spend like, an evening or an afternoon.
Listen, going back to school shopping for school clothes or anything was always chaotic.
Oh, you remember OP?
No, what is that?
Ocean Pacific?
No, man, I just told you I only went to JCPenney and occasionally, like, if we really didn't find anything there, was Sears. What? Or Kmart. Like, that was really
How about Maui and Sons?
Listen.
No, Maui and Sons?
No, isn't that
Or
like
how
a
about
Capri
the,
Sun thing? Or
No,
something?
no, that's a brand. And then there was another brand called TNC Surf Designs.
No. No.
And that one we would get at certain, like they only had those in like the certain stores of the mall, like Tilly's or whatever. But she would get me those because I used to love those because they had cartoon characters on them.
I see.
And then, of course, but that was already a little later on. Earlier on, I wore pretty much exclusively Top Gun, G.I. Joe, Back to the Future, Ghostbusters.
Whatever.
T-shirts
Anyways,
all
I don't
the
want to
time.
talk about your clothes anymore. Or your shoes.
And then you wonder why I'm like the way I am.
Yeah, exactly.
comes to
And you
shirts.
wonder why I am the way I am.
Yeah, I'm
It's
always
the
getting
way
like new
we
shirts.
have been brought up.
Yep.
But okay, so when we would go to the mall, like obviously when we were teenagers, let's say,
Yep.
to just hang with our friends, like social media in the 90s didn't exist. There was no texting people.
What are you talking
really.
about? That was the mall.
We had beepers.
It was the mall. The mall was social media of the 90s.
You just showed up. And
You showed up and you're like, yo, what's up?
You just showed up and let's see who else we can run into there.
That's the whole plan.
And then like everyone magically just appeared at the
Yes.
food court. Somehow everybody showed up at the food court.
Yes. Orange Julius.
Oh, or the arcade, depending what mall you were at.
Yeah.
And the one store that all of our parents always warned us about.
Spencer's. Yeah, because it always had that little section in the back with
Like
the
you walk in
with
and
the objectional adult stuff.
well, you would immediately feel like you were committing a crime.
Yeah.
Like I'm 13 and I really don't think I should be seeing that type of lava lamp.
But I can't believe that that lava lamp actually exists.
And you'd be like giggling. But yeah, I remember that. And then that was kind of the era of like beepers.
Yep.
Where like there were codes in the beeper, or like if our parents would beep us, it would be for those
What was
that
it?
are
Zero
young,
07734
was hello upside down. 143.
I love
I love
you.
you. Yeah. And there was a bunch of other ones, but that's basically the texting of that time where like your parents would call your beeper, put a phone number, and you had to find a payphone now again to call them.
58008.
Oh
just do it yourself.
Anyway,
don't I'm not going to say what it is, but just do it yourself. You're welcome.
Oh my God. So since we're basically at the mall, that's when you also had Toys R Us. Was very famous back then.
But the malls had KBs.
KB Toys.
KB
that's where
Toys,
where I was going with it because
like Toys R Us were freestanding spots.
But there was a KB Toys basically almost
every mall,
in every
like a
mall.
Walden Books.
And nowadays, kids like, I don't know, I may use this word wrong. Okay, don't laugh at me.
I will.
They flex over iPhones right now, I guess.
Oh.
But back then,
you know what?
I used it. Thank you.
Good job.
It'll probably change next week, but
you use flex.
They flex about iPhones now, but back then, it was about toys.
Yes, it still is.
Like 80s, we're talking about 80s and 90s.
It still is. For me, it still is. I'm like, look at this figure that I got. Isn't it incredible? And then all my buddies are like,
so what would you think?
Yo, your figure is so dope.
So what would you think of that one kid that would tell you, I have an entire action figure collection?
At the time?
Yeah.
Nerd. Even though I had it.
You wouldn't think that kid is royalty for having all the action figures?
Well, I was that kid.
Oh, there's always one.
But I didn't tell anybody about it. I mean, the few action... Well, no, I really didn't have any. So I really didn't have that much. But now I do. Now I have too many.
Like their house had the Millennium Falcon. So now
the Millennium... what did you say?
Shut up.
What did you say? Are you okay? Do you need water?
I'm fine.
Do you need water?
I'm
Do you
fine.
need water and an aspirin? No. Millennium Falcon? What was that?
The Millennium
Falcon?
Falcon. I said it right. Why are you making fun of me? The Millennium Falcon. Right.
What? The Millennium Falcon. Are you all right?
The Millennium Falcon.
You actually said it properly.
Okay, so stop making
But you
fun
didn't
of
say
me.
it the way Hans
Whatever.
says it. It's Millennium Falcon. It's the Millennium
Listen,
Falcon.
Never mind. Anyways, you all of a sudden became best friends with that person, like their family now.
Now I totally understand why I have certain friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had the Millennium Falcon. I also had the Ewok Village.
I wasn't really into like Barbies and all that growing up.
Did you have a My Pet Monster?
No.
Oh, I did.
I did have a Cabbage Patch when I was young.
My Pet Monster ate your Cabbage Patch.
Stop it. I remember my grandparents standing outside of Toys R Us waiting hours and hours just to get the Cabbage Patch for my cousin and I.
Right.
And I think I played with that thing like 4 times and then tossed it. Like basically like, I don't want to play with it no more. Thanks.
See, I don't know how I ended up with the Millennium Falcon, but I ended up with one. And it wasn't a one that I unboxed and put together. It was already put together. So I don't know if my grandfather like wanted like a domino game or
Won
something.
it.
Won it. Yeah. Like, I don't know if he wagered and got it. You know what? I don't ask questions. I just know that I had it.
Okay. What about, let's see, man, there's so much about like different things. I'm trying to think here. Well, I guess we can talk about CDs also, depending, like, well, you mentioned LimeWire earlier.
Yes.
Why don't you explain a little bit and fast? Don't take forever because you can go on forever about it. What LimeWire was for those that are too young to understand.
LimeWire was a way to give your computer diseases by downloading music. By downloading music. No, you gave your computer diseases by downloading music. Because for some reason, you would burn it into a CD. So LimeWire, for some reason, like all the music had viruses.
Yeah,
all of it.
True. That's true.
But it didn't stop me from downloading every song.
The thing is that what happened was we had cassette players. Well, yeah.
We had cassettes and then we had CDs.
And then it came to CDs. So you couldn't really burn. Like it didn't. You needed two different types of machines, I guess. Like two different boom boxes.
Well, you couldn't burn CDs until you got a computer.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you basically made mixtapes all the time, right? Like I have a bunch of mixtapes.
How about when the radio station would start talking in the middle of like
you mess up your whole recording? You're like, seriously, dude? Come on.
And then you would be like, no.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you would record and then you would buy at the store like CD binders, right?
Yeah.
To put all
like
your
CD
CDs
book, yeah.
Because now, you got to keep it organized.
Yeah. I still...
And you still have... Well, no, the one that you have, isn't that for DVDs right now?
Well, I have a DVD one, yeah. But I have one that's CDs. I actually have boxes and boxes of CDs.
Because I remember we used to walk around with Walkmans for cassettes.
Yes. So
and then CD players.
I had a Walkman.
And then the CD player.
Yeah.
To listen to music.
Yeah.
We didn't have little AirPods like now.
Did your Walkman have a radio in it?
Yes.
Okay. Because I've heard that there was Walkman that did not
had
have
no radio. I remember having that one too.
Yeah. And then there was the one that only was a radio.
Yes, but I never cared for that. I had the one, mine was yellow. Mm-hmm. And it had the radio and it had the cassette.
That's because it was water resistant.
Water resistant, yes.
Because it was the Sport.
Yes.
The Walkman Sport.
Walkman Sport, it was yellow. And then I got also the one later on that was just for cassette. Like no radio.
Right.
I never had the one with just radio alone.
So I had the one before the Sport, which was just like a basic black
one. Yeah, I had that one.
And it had the radio also. It had the cassette player and radio.
But then the craze happened about the yellow one.
And then the yellow one came out,
and it said Sport
I couldn't
on the
have
front.
That. I couldn't have that.
No.
No, I wasn't allowed to have that.
Oh, that's because JC Penney had it for sale.
It makes sense. Makes sense. We didn't have Best Buys growing up.
True.
We didn't have that until like the late 90s, the mid 90s.
Yeah, like later on in the 90s.
And the only reason I remember that is because I worked at one very early, and it was when the Nintendo 64
because we had specs
had just
and
come
all
out.
that. So
yeah, the Nintendo 64 had just come out.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I remember when I worked at Best Buy.
Right.
Because I opened the store. It was like one of the first ones in our area. And I opened the store and it had a huge Nintendo 64 display. Because people would come to the store just to play the game.
The Best Buy didn't really exist because we had the specs. And so
I loved specs.
I liked going to specs to go through
best.
Everything and
then remember when they like Blockbuster came out?
I was
Blockbuster
just thinking Blockbuster.
And then they were like, "Oh, you can listen to your music before you buy it." And they had the CD.
Blockbuster? It was only movies, VHS.
No. They had a Blockbuster music.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. I don't remember.
So
I don't
Blockbuster ended up buying Camelot records, right? And then all of a sudden they started this whole thing of like, listen to the music before you buy it. So you would take the CD.
Oh, I don't remember.
Because this was when CDs came out. You would take the CD to the listening bar, and they had like this whole little area where you could put on the headphones and listen to the CD track. But you couldn't skip tracks.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I don't remember going to those, but I know what you're talking about, but I never really went there.
That was the first time I heard Alanis Morissette.
Oh, I love Alanis Morissette.
I know. But I heard it the first time there because I listened to the whole album just sitting there at Blockbuster Music in a particular place that no longer exists.
Okay. That sounded sketchy, but okay. Sounded very sketchy.
Yeah, it was a mall.
It sounds very like, I'm not going to tell you, but you're going to have to try to figure it out. And think about it. We're going to end this podcast and we're going to ponder still.
Yeah.
Where was he talking about?
Yeah. Well, it was a place where you would walk.
Okay. And why is it that all of a sudden Brady now wants to drink water?
Brady is hilarious. It's probably super dehydrated right now.
Milo's quiet. Brady now wants to drink water.
Brady wants to be erratic.
Anyways.
Brady.
No, she's going to bed. Leave her alone.
What a nut.
Anyways, completely.
So yeah, Blockbuster Video as well.
Yes,
right?
the Blockbuster video.
Then there was Hollywood Video, which was like
Hollywood
the
Video.
cheap cousin of Blockbuster Video.
But we used to go to Blockbuster all the time.
So I had this little local place that I
we're
used to
all
go
over
to.
the place. But we're just trying to remember everything of our childhood.
There was a local spot that was really close to where I lived, right? That I would walk to. And it was like a small little store. And it was like the guy owned it, right?
Right. I mean, there were those mom and pop.
It was a little mom and
video
pop.
ones.
I'll never forget. It was called Movies to Go, right? That was the name.
That sounds sketchy already as it is.
Super sketchy. I guarantee you that guy was into illegal businesses.
Of course.
But
you would, because those mom and pop
also the
ones,
guy had a rat tail. You remember
that
the rat
right
tail?
there tells you everything.
The rat tail went like probably halfway down his back, and it was always braided.
Well, those
that guy did something.
Those mom and pop
he had an
places had the illegal download movies.
Well, that was much later.
But I'm just saying,
that was much later.
That's why I thought it was sketchy. But anyways, my brain was all over the place.
Yeah,
on
no,
that
but
one.
they had that little room in the back. That wasn't.
You see,
18 and over
exactly
room.
sketchy.
It was
told you
it was the 18 and over room where only adults can go.
Right, I told you.
Which I'd never been in.
Sketchy.
But all I know is that it had like a curtain, like you
right, because the curtain stops
the
you.
curtain
completely.
stops you from going in. But I worked at that, as a really young kid. I worked there like
How old? What? 8 years old? When you say a kid,
yeah, I was probably like 9 or 10.
you were not 9 years old
And
working there, Fern.
I would go there, and the guy would say, "Hey, you can have free rentals." But you had to.
That's child labor. You cannot
it was
have
child
worked
labor.
there.
It occurred. I would go there and I would just rewind the tapes.
I don't know about
I would
this.
hang out and rewind the tapes. And it was fun for me because I got to watch movies all day because they were like, I would get out of school, run over there, and
This is starting to sound very sketchy to me.
"What's up, Gus?" And he'd be like, "Hey, we got a whole stack of tapes for you to rewind." And I'd be like, "Cool, man. Can we watch Flight of the Navigator?" And he'd be like, "You got it." And he'd put it on and we'd watch Flight of the Navigator.
I mean, I guess it makes sense with your upbringing. You didn't, whatever.
I had no supervision.
I know you had no, whatever.
But he was a cool guy.
You are what my parents would call basically. You're Aladdin.
What?
You're Aladdin, raised in the streets.
Yes.
There you go. You're Aladdin.
Very much so.
Would
Prince
that make me
Ali,
Jasmine?
Fabulous.
Would that make me Jasmine?
Yes.
Oh, that goes to JCPenney.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Makes no sense.
But basically, you're Aladdin, raised in the streets.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. I had to figure things out on my own. Like what was I going to eat?
Well, your friends' parents.
My friends'
fed
parents
you.
would. Yes.
I remember.
Always,
I was told that.
Always. They would always.
And your
feed me.
grandparents.
My
Your
grandparents.
great grandparents, because they lived with you also.
Yes. They were my caregivers.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
But we're talking about they were.
But they were also elderly. They were elderly when always.
I mean,
Like I don't ever remember them not being old.
Well, let's see.
They were super
when your
old.
parents had you, They were in their 40s, right? No.
What?
What? Hold on. Wait. No, wait.
My great grandparents were probably
Your
in
great
their
grandparents
50s.
were in their 50s. That's what I meant. Sorry. Your great grandparents were in their 50s by the time you were born. So, yeah, they were older.
Yeah, they were old.
So, by the time you were 9, they were almost 60 already. Yeah, if
They were probably.
50,
I think they
let's
were
say.
older than that because they were always old.
I met you, and your
hold on,
great-grandfather was in his 90s.
Hold on. In the 80s,
Uh-huh.
my great grandfather was in his 80s
Yes, because when I met
because
you...
he was born in the 00s.
When I met you, he was in his 90s.
So I want you to think this, people that were born in the 2000s. When it's 2080, you're going to be in your 80s.
Okay.
Okay, just making it simple.
Okay, well, whatever. Point being is, they were older, obviously, because, like
Yeah.
I said, when I met you, he was already in his 90s.
Yeah.
He was like maybe, well, when our oldest was born, he was still alive.
Yes.
And he was alive for what, 2-3 years? No, like 3 years.
Yeah.
Did he go to our wedding? I don't remember.
Yeah.
He did. So he was alive for past like 5-6 years into her age. And he passed away when he was 98.
He never got to see our youngest.
He met the first
He
two.
met the first two.
So yeah, so he was about, give or take.
He died when he was 97.
No, he was 98.
98? 98?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. So anyways,
Point is,
I like how we
they
both
were
have
old.
forgotten that we are recording.
Point
here.
is that they were old already.
Yes. Okay.
So they basically were like, I'm not chasing after this dude. He can do whatever he wants as long as he's back before the lights go out outside.
Yeah.
And by the lights go out means the sun.
Yeah.
Because as long as I was like near the house,
Well, we went through this already.
Right,
we already
right,
talked about
right.
this. Yes. Don't get me started with the whole light again.
I'm just saying that I would survive.
I will survive.
And I would go out there and I would figure it out.
But it was a different time back then.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's very, very different with how things happen. Like, and unfortunately, we have to see it that way. Unfortunately, we didn't. Actually, we never let our kids out of our sight outside
No.
growing up. Because unfortunately, the way society is,
Times have changed.
kids go missing now. I mean, back then kids went missing too. We just didn't hear about it as often
Yep.
as we do now.
Everyone knows the story of Georgie. Georgie.
What?
From It.
Oh, anyways.
Everyone knows. the story.
Unfortunately, we never let our kids. I'm ignoring you now. Completely ignoring you. I'm like, who's Georgie?
Georgie.
I don't remember a Georgie.
Oh, hello, Georgie.
Will you stop? Unfortunately, we never ever did. So we're not gonna say that you could. We never let our kids out of our sight. We knew where they were going at all times. Somebody was with them. One of us was with them. And if they played outside, it was right in front where we can see them at all times.
Yep.
So it's different. But anyways, I don't know why I just wanted to say this, but I had a pink boombox, a little pink boombox.
Yes.
I just wanted to share that with
That
you.
was really, really random.
It was. I've been wanting to say it, but we hadn't been able to because you started reminiscing about working in an illegal video store.
It was not an illegal video store.
I'm
It was
sure
it was a video store.
No, it was illegal. They had a 9-year-old working in there.
I would go there and hang out.
You were working.
And then I'd be like, hey, can I just rewind these tapes?
You were working child
He'd be
labor.
like, sure. Why don't, I'll pay you by giving you free rentals.
Child labor.
I'll tell you what, I watched a bunch of movies.
Whatever.
Like, you can't get an 80s movie past me.
Okay, whatever, dude. Whatever. Anyways.
All right.
Go ahead.
So let's jump into it.
What?
Ka-chow.
Oh God, not a ka-chow.
Let's do it.
No.
Welcome back to the Petty Hall of Fame.
AKA ka-chow.
Ka-chow. Where we honor the most ridiculous memories of our childhood.
Nominee number 1.
Don't touch my CD binder.
Those things actually were sacred.
We open it like a library handling ancient scrolls.
All right, fine. What about nominee number 2?
Who rewound the VHS wrong?
Be kind. Rewind.
It was literally printed on the tapes.
And you would get fined if you didn't rewind it.
Do you remember that they would say like, oh, they would start charging you?
Yep.
So the video store that I worked at.
Oh my God, here we go again. That's not part of ka-chow. We're not talking about your illegal work.
By child labor.
Your child labor.
The guy would charge $1 for every.
Yeah, it was a thing. It really was.
Yeah.
But
Every time I had to rewind a tape, it was $1.
Yeah, it was a thing. Child labor law. Anyways.
All right. Nominee number 3.
Who used the last of the AOL minutes?
Man, you remember those CDs that they would give you?
We forgot to mention AOL was by minutes.
AOL was by minutes.
What did you say?
AOL was by minutes. Internet minutes were oxygen.
And it was like someone was in trouble because you had to get those CDs.
You had to get the CDs. And if you overuse them, bing, 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 you'd run out.
It would just cut you out.
It would just cut you right off. You'd be there and you'd be like, all right, dude, I'm almost done downloading this song. Oh, it's gone.
Or you were doing an assignment for school because, safety patrol.
That was never me.
I did. Real quick, I know we're almost out of time, but we did not mention to do assignments, reports. You had to go to the library and find the little index card.
Yes.
To find your book. To do research. It wasn't like
you had to use the card catalog.
I just thought of that. I used to work in the library too.
Did you get paid?
No. It was doing school hours.
Oh, during school hours?
I volunteered there.
So it was volunteer labor.
Yeah. I used to. What in the world is that?
It's our dehydrated
Brady.
dog.
What
Wow.
is going on? Anyways,
Wow.
I had to just mention that because kids nowadays do not know what that is.
No,
They have it too easy.
The work that it took. Do you remember that they would have, like, did you ever have the encyclopedias at your house?
Yes, I had the whole set. What's wrong with you?
Okay.
Did you forget who you're talking to?
Yeah. So we had that too, except they were from like 1964 because they were never updated. Like the most recent thing that happened on them was like the moon landing.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Like
dude.
that was like the newest thing that occurred.
Plus, my dad was a history guy. Remember?
Yeah.
He loved history. And what about Yellow Pages? Oh my God. Who
All
didn't
right.
have that? But anyways,
All
whatever.
right. You know what? On
Anyways.
another occasion, we'll
the
jump
80s and
into
90s
it.
were chaotic.
But also,
They were kind and amazing.
they were kind of amazing. We survived dial-up,
We survived questionable fashion.
Capezios. We survived
Payless.
drinking from random hoses.
Oh my God, yes.
Because random hose flavored water.
Which honestly explains our immune systems.
For sure. So we'll say this. If you grew up in the 80s and 90s,
Congratulations. You're basically an action hero.
With back pain.
And nostalgia.
Yep.
Anyways, I guess.
And you'll never forget how great the times were then. And you always think about them. Because for some reason, they never go away.
Anyways.
And you'll never forget working at that video store.
If you enjoyed this nostalgic chaos, make sure you follow Limitless Couple 305 on Instagram. Follow us on Spotify or Apple at Limitless Table Talk with Fern and Nat.
Or anywhere else. I mean, we're
anywhere
everywhere. We're on
else.
iHeart as well.
We're on Facebook also on Limitless Table Talk with Fern and Nat. Anyways, share this episode with someone who remembers rewinding VHS tapes.
Or someone who ruined the internet by picking up the phone. You know who you are.
And remember,
Stay
limitless and stay petty. I'm Nat.
I'm Fern. Period.